Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Breaking Points, giving you motorsports coverage beyond the checkered flag. And this podcast specifically, just NASCAR coverage beyond the checkered flag. The only breaking news that we really have has absolutely nothing to do with Cup. It is that Cletus McFarland has not been cleared for Talladega. So, honestly, I think it's for the best. I don't need him to cause the big one at Talladega. Well, I'll be honest about that because we know it would happen. You got any thoughts you want to add on that?
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised because Cletus is kind of the drum NASCAR's been beating about like for the past few months. Um, but yeah, safety comes first, and if they think he's not up for it, then he's not up for it. I don't got much about to say about it.
I mean, I think they're taking everything into consideration about this because there's been a lot of backlash on him. Granted, he's funny, but if he didn't have the backing of his YouTube channel, he would not be getting this opportunity. Let's be honest here. He
No,
needs more ARCA starts. He needs to learn how to drive the car first. Because did you hear the last time he was in the car and his spotter was telling him, like, go inside? And he was like, what's inside? Like, brother, what? Girl, start with the
yeah,
basics and then work your way up. Just saying. Did I cut you off?
no, I was just agreeing with what you said, but to expand on that, yeah, we gotta start with the basics. We can't start to fly before we know how to crawl. We're not even talking about walking. We're just talking about crawling and just moving an inch. Going high, low, inside, outside. That should be basic knowledge for racing drivers. So that's rough. I'm not saying I saw that because I didn't. I absolutely did not see that. But that's rough. That's rough.
No, you know it would be hilarious if they threw him off the deep end and put him in cup. That would be hilarious. Imagine someone rivaling Cody Ware for the scheduled caution. It'd be someone different for once. Well, actually, no. With the amount of spins SVG's also been doing, people have been saying he's also the scheduled caution now. Which, give him a break, please. Moving on. We're moving on. We are moving over to the truck series, where despite Fox saying multiple times that Chandler Smith won the 50K for the three truck challenge, the triple truck challenge, that's what the word was. Apparently, it was only to those who won the race. It had to be a full time driver and they had to have won the race. So, considering a certain someone who is not a full time in the truck series, we'll get to him later. Chandler Smith ended up finishing second, I think. So, he did not get the 50 bonus. On a similar note, Corey Heim, my guy, he ends a 42 race streak of finishing. However, and I will die on this hill, if someone tries to tell me that it doesn't count, it does count. He keeps the streak of leading a lap in as like the continuous. I don't even think that was the word I was looking for here. The streak for leading at least a lap in every race. He led across the finish line. He was leading across the finish line as he got crashed out. So I say he keeps it. The NASCAR app says that he led a lap. The classification says he led a lap. So I think that streak stands. So the good, the bad, and the ugly there. Um, I don't have any words for that whole race. Do you have anything to add here?
Yeah, I mean, uh, here's the thing. I think it was a it was an all right race. I'm not gonna say it was an all-time race or an all-time bad race, but it was an all right race. A little bit action here and there. Obviously, as we were talking about Corey Heim, him and Ekis really went back and forth. Ekis really had a good weekend here in Bristol. But yeah, obviously Heim got punted into the wall and just ultimately ended up in 27th. But I mean, my favorite driver won, so I can't really complain.
He got a sword. And at least your guys knows how to act with a sword. Brother, I'll get to it when we get to the next race. But oh my god, I don't even know where that video is. If I find it, I'll send it in our chat or I'll post it on here. I don't actually know. Anyways, truck race. Let's go back onto the Corey Heim and Christian Eckes thing for a second here. The fact that Corey was saying that it was a racing incident, which it looked like a racing incident kind of to me, maybe a little malicious, but not so much to the point where it was really bad. However, the amount of people on Twitter, X, whatever you're going to call it, saying that Christian Eckes needs to be banned for a race, it did not look that intentional. And I'm sorry, when you compare it to the only one that I can remember off the top of my head where someone was banned for a race, Mr. White Gloves himself, that was intentional. So I'm comparing this incident between Eckes and Heim to Hill and Almendinger. Was it Almendinger or Almirola? It was one of the A's.
Almirola. Almirola.
Almirola. Wrong A. I'm sorry. They're both A's. Give me a break. Between Heim and Almirola, it did not look nearly as bad as that. I'm just saying I don't think it was a bannable offense. Maybe just give him a slap on the wrist, be like, hey, don't do that. But then again, it's also doing the opposite and be like, hey, don't actually race someone who's trying to take the lead from you, which is a double-edged sword here. I think it was just racing. I mean, that's my point of view on it. Do you have a different take on it?
No, I at this point we should take whatever people say on X very, very, very lightly. And I mean incredibly lightly, because it's a free reign for people to say whatever they want, regardless of their opinions. But yeah, obviously they're going. I'm trying to phrase my word here. They're doing some rough racing, right? That's incredibly obvious. They're going hard at each other. Pause, but uh, it's just racing.
We
Oh
called
man,
Nas come over
it's
here.
just racing at the end of the day, and they go at each other. Unfortunate that he just turned it. Ekes just turned into Heim's quarter panel and just spun him around, and even more unfortunate that Heim backed into the wall and his day's over. Um, you could say, well, yeah, it's a little bit rough, but I don't see the intentionalness. I'm just inventing word here, but the amount of intention to wreck someone, as seen in the case of Mr. White Gloves. But
Yeah.
yeah, we will. Whoever says it should be a ban, like, come on, man. Let's be for real here. Let's be for real.
Let's be so for real. Literally, it was like a clip. It wasn't even like, oh, like tire, like that kind of contact. Literally, Eckes clipped the back of Heim. It was not this big thing. But I do feel bad for Caden Honeycutt. He was a bystander in that whole thing. And he just got collected after Heim hit the wall. So that was also unfortunate that I was wearing my Corey Heim championship shirt. And I was like, oh, at least one of my guys has to win. And they crashed each other out. That was unfortunate, and I was at the bar, so that sucked. Before anyone says anything, I am the one that is of age of this podcast. Chill out. I wasn't drinking. I had a crispy Dr. Pepper, which I don't have right now. But beyond the point, neither guy that I wanted to root for finished. But do you want to know who did the best of us? Somehow still me. Um, we all had cup guys, funny enough. Did you watch the last episode to know who your picks were?
No, I did not.
Okay. So for the truck race, we all had cup guys slash cup adjacent guys. Granted, every single one in this field is a cup adjacent. That was a bad terminology. X cup. Let's say that. Um, so I had Ross Chastain, who finished fourth. Can't complain. However, I did not see him at all in this race. I don't know where he came from to finish fourth, but by all means, go ahead, my guy. You had Rowdy Bush over here, who finished in eighth. So, not a bad day for you either. But again, didn't see Kyle Busch at all that entire time. It just was just there. And then Sean had Justin Haley. So, he finished in 15th. Um, oh, that's what I was going to mention. Number 25, I think it was, he entered in Carson Ferguson, second place finisher in Ram race for the seat. I am so proud of him. Let me just give him claps right now because damn words. Round of applause. We're making this whole episode so bad. This is great. And I'm keeping it all in. Giving us personality today, guys. No. Carson Ferguson finished 21st, which by all means does not sound great. However, when you are comparing it to your other Ram teammates, you did not finish, I don't think he finished last of the Ram drivers. I'm pretty sure it was Corey LaJoy. You finished two off from Mini Tyrell, who beat you in Ram race for the seed. You only lost him by two. Mini was in 19th. And then obviously Justin Haley in 15th. So you weren't that far off from the pace. I am so proud of him. Like, I'm sorry. Put him in. He needs to be in more races. I will die on this hill. He should have been put in the 10. I'll die on that hill. And I know that face you're making. I'm saying he should have been put in the 10 after Daniel Dye was obviously cut. Like, why would you put Corey LaJoy in? This is nothing against Corey LaJoy. Actually, it's everything against him. But my point here is actually that you did this competition, might as well utilize those drivers. Like, I mean, I see it that they're putting these guys in. They put in Michael Christopher Jr. too as well at some point. I think it was last week or the week before. I don't remember. It's been a long day. But you do this competition to see what these guys are good at, and you have one literally go down to the line against the guy that eventually wins. You have something unfortunate happen. Sometimes it does happen like that. And you call on the next person who's best. I'm just saying, if you had this competition, utilize the competition aspect, which it's also season one of it, which implies that there's going to be a season two. Um, I wonder about that. Side note, do you want to add anything on that before I add something on to what I think about season two?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, you don't
Yeah.
have
Let's.
to.
Let's. I mean, I will say something about Corey LaJoy because yeah, it's a really puzzling move. That guy got the guy basically sucked all the way up until his demise, his cup career's demise. Absolutely trashed the number 7 car for whatever reason. Maybe it's the car. We've seen same happen to Justin Haley, and it goes to Rick Ware Racing. Obviously, the 51 is not that competitive. Um, at the end of the day, Corey LaJoy is Corey LaJoy. He's he's got a little bit of sponsorship money and whatnot, but I still don't think he's the right man for the job. Not especially not for a team that's trying to set the tone and trying to say like, we want to come in here, we want to be competitive. That just doesn't show me that. Corey LaJoy, that you know what that feels like. That feels like a Chris Wright move. That feels like hiring Chris Wright or the eye doctor. That's what
I
it
was
feels
just
like
about to
to me.
say that. It feels like the eye doctor. Ugh.
But please
But
go
no,
on
my
with
question
season two.
about no, my thing about season two, are they gonna pull the same guys? Are they gonna give them a second chance? Or are they just gonna pull in like all new people? Like I am kind of confused on that one. But also I wanted to look this up. Where the hecky is it? Oh, I'm in the wrong series, that's why. Um, I forgot. Butterbean exists. Where did Butterbean finish?
10th,
Oh, he was
right
10th.
in the top 10.
See, so he wasn't the worst of the Rams. Obviously, the worst was Corey LaJoy, but even then, he wasn't that far off from them. He was two, technically. I'm just saying, get Carson Ferguson a full-time seat. That's it. There's my soapbox. That's all I want. Anyways, if you didn't catch it, actually, we realized we never actually said who won the race, specifically. Um, Christopher Bell. He can win in the truck race, but then go on to finish 27th in his own series, as quoted by Gabriel in our text messages. Would you like to rant about this?
Oh yeah. The absolute. Oh my goodness.
The
I was
absolute
gonna say something
travesty.
really bad. I was gonna say something really bad. But yeah, just an absolute merchant, you know, just going down there and beating down on the amateurs and then just coming back up to prove that you're not that guy, pal. And it hurts for me to say this because he was not that guy. He just genuinely it just
Not that
all
guy.
it was it was going pretty good as well, and then you just prove that you are not that guy, and it's disappointing, and we'll get into that later. But yeah, even the trucks race, he never really like was the dominating factor early on,
No.
you know, not at all. And it was like
Mm-mm.
towards the end, right? Bell just started creeping up, getting closer, had a few flashes in the middle. And then at the end, he's right there with Ekis and on restarts and leading, and then just barely winning over Chandler Smith as well, getting held up by lap traffic. I mean, I say that like it's easy to get past lap traffic and whatnot in NASCAR. No, it ain't dilly dally like F1. Oh, we're gonna wave a blue flag and you gotta get give him get him to go through. You know, like we this NASCAR, it ain't all about that. But yeah, it's a win is a win, but it's a disappointing weekend on the grand scheme of things for my favorite driver. But yeah, there you
Which
go.
side note? Which side note? I think isn't the rule about like lapped is the first time you're lapped, you don't have to bat or you can battle it as much as you want, but once it's the second time you're lapped, then it's like you have to give it up. I'm pretty sure that's the rule.
I never really studied that, but I think definitely the first time lap you can definitely battle back to unlap yourself because
Yeah.
I've seen that happen in actual racing.
Yeah, because also like the uh anytime there's a caution, you want to be the last lapped car. So like obviously you're allowed to fight for that. And I've seen it. But my point about um My point about Christopher Bell. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'll tell you that afterwards. Um, the point about Christopher Bell and the sword, he knows. Hold it above your head like a normal ass person. Why did Connor Zilish put it in his mouth? Why was that his initial response to, yes, let me get this insanely deadly weapon and put it in my mouth? Dude, the video of it.
Time out. Time out.
Pause.
Time out.
Pause.
Time out. It's we gotta go into timeout right now. Oh man.
Hot. No, the freaking video, man. If I find it, I'm sending it. Literally, they give him the sword. What does this guy do? Holds it out in front of him, looks at it, and just goes and bites the side of it. And everyone in the background just goes, no, screaming at him. As if this dude doesn't get injured enough. Bro, you're gonna put a sharp weapon in your mouth after you win? I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were remaking the Joker and how do you got these scars? What do you mean? That's my first reaction when I get a sword. Let me bite it real quick. Let me make sure it's real. Brother, what? Anyways, I digress. I am wearing my Conozilla shirt because yes, he won. I'm sorry. I am very okay with that. I'm very okay with him winning that race. Am I good with what happened afterwards? Not particularly. But, oh, other breaking news, AM Racing didn't enter again, and they are not on the entry list. I think it's over for Nick Sanchez. I think it's over. Which I feel really bad about that. I feel so bad.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
I
tough
did
out
see that
here,
he's
man.
backed. I saw he's backed by Penske though. And Penske wouldn't just leave him like that. Like there's no way that Penske would just leave their driver and hang them to dry like that.
Ugh, who knows? Genuinely. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even if he's backed by Penske, no way Penske's gonna fund a whole ride for him at AM Racing.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get him like a few starts in trucks or whatnot, but they don't, or maybe a few part times, like a few feature races at the Cup Series level. But it's I'm stretching it at this point, but obviously, but again, it's tough. It's tough out here. We all know. Um, I think, yeah, I mean, AM Racing was gonna sell their assets to
Sigma
whatever
Performance.
Sigma
Sigma
Performance, whatever.
Performance. Goofy odd name over
But
there.
yeah, but somehow that didn't go through, which is crazy to me. Like, because most of the time when they announce it, it's already done deal and whatever. So it didn't go through. They got to scramble to find a driver. I mean, the fact that they even tried to sell it in the first place really indicated to me that they're not committed to this.
Yeah.
And uh, are we surprised that they're just beginning to like just like quit? Like I mean, it's really rough thing. Like it's not a kind thing to say, but they're quitting,
Yeah.
and none of it is Sanchez's fault, and it just hurts. It just hurts me, man.
Yeah. And I think it sucks. One, I don't think he's ready for Cup yet. I don't think so. If people don't think Connor was ready for Cup, dang nabbit, Nick Sanchez isn't. Because Connor's won 10 times more races than he has. So Actually 12 technically. Um, because he has 12 career wins, I think, because he won 10 last year, won his first year, then won this year. Yeah, I can math. Nah, shush. Point is driving, and experience is experience, regardless of where it is. I think if you were Nick Sanchez's manager, you should be advocating for seeing how many part-time teams are looking to go into the truck series. Maybe go up to JRM. Hey, how many races are you trying to run the nine that are open? Just trying to make something of nothing because sitting out of a race is obviously worse than anything right now. Like he's not even driving. So at least asking, the worst they say is no. That's a motto. But back into the race. Speaking of JRM, they dominated that race. Literally, not the same driver. Let me digress on that one. Let me point that one out. Not the same driver. Kyle Larson, who was in the 88, dominates legitimately almost the entire race, winning stage one, stage two. It was just Kyle Larson. I was ready to turn it off. And then in the last stage, shit just hit the fan. I can't even tell you everything that happened in the last bit. Everyone was crashing. People were on fire, legitimately, not just like they were going good through the field. There was literally someone on fire. We'll talk about that in a minute. Connor Zilish ends up winning, obviously, and Justin Allgaier wins the Dash for Cash. So, literally, the only thing that Junior Motorsports lost during this race was the fastest lap, which went to Brent Cruz. And I don't know if you watched it or if you saw the post race interviews. They were talking to Brent Cruz about how he feels about finishing third. And he just goes, "The worst thing about it is I lost to Connor. Like, of all the people I could have lost to, if it was Kyle, that would have been fine. I want to lose to Kyle, but Connor, really?" That was, I love it. It's funny. It's very funny because I'm pretty sure they grew up racing against each other. So, I mean, if I lost to one of my best friends, I would be having the exact same reaction, but I don't lose. Anyways, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest here. I didn't watch the Saturday race. I only got through a few highlights here and there, but yeah, I mean, it's it was supposed to be a Larson race, and then it turned out to be not a Larson race,
Thank God.
as usual, as usual. Like I mean, what else? What else am I gonna say about this? It's literally the carbon copy of the freaking of the Cup Series race, you know. Or you could say the Cup Series is the carbon copy of the O'Reilly's race. So, you know, is it the chicken or the egg first? Who knows, bro? But seriously though, um, I mean, yeah, good for Connor. What I'll say is like he has been dealt a rough start to the season at Cup, and just getting a win back, regardless where it is. I kind of crap all over Christopher Bell, like for winning in trucks and just like beating on amateurs. But to tell the truth, wherever you win, it's a hard fought race. Doesn't really matter who you're racing against. You still got to go out there and race. Still got to go out there and drive the car, and it's tough. And to get a win, it's a confidence booster. Obviously, in the Cup Series, he kind of crashed out, but we'll talk about that later. But it's good to get a little bit of confidence out of the weekend and say like, oh yeah, you know, it's same. It's like this analogy I used with baseball is that when you're in a slump, all you can do is like look at those tiny positives. I threw a strike today. Or even just I got up to the mound and threw a baseball today. Just finding those little positives and building on those little positives and snowballing into big positives. that's how it goes, and it's a good start for Connor.
Yeah. And I also find it funny because everyone always refers to it as like taking candy from a baby whenever the cup guys go into these other series. Well, there's O'Reilly's guys older than Connor. So, and it's not like he wasn't there last year. It's not that, it's different. Also, funny fact, cup guys dominated the entire weekend. Did you realize that? I mean, obviously cup guys are going to win in cup, but cup guys won in O'Reilly's and cup guy won in trucks. It was a cup weekend apparently. But as I mentioned before, someone was on fire. I feel like we have to talk about this. Um, Obviously Kyle Larson was on fire in the metaphorical sense because he was strong. I'll give credit where credit's due. Don't like the guy, but dang, did he deserve that race. I would have turned it off and I wouldn't have written the race report, but I did write it because he lost. So we're moving on to the other guy that was on fire, Mason Maggio, who was my pick of the week, who literally went up in flames. Um, so that sucked. Um, yeah, he was on fire. So he finished 37th, which wasn't last. May I point out? Did not finish last. Crazy thought. Then, Gabe, you had Blaine Perkins. Finished 22nd, so not bad, not bad. And Sean, friend of the program, Corey Day, who came to finish 8th, which is not bad. Also, I realized we forgot to say who was on pole for this race. Last week's winner, Sandwich. Anyways, you missed it. I wore my sandwich shirt last week. Boo. You missed it.
That's
Anyways,
rough. That's rough.
yeah. Anything else we want to add on the O'Reilly series before we go and talk about your number one favorite driver in all of the series?
Yeah, I'm gonna take over our our friend who is not here today. I'm gonna do the standings. I absolutely did not do the standings for the trucks, but I'm gonna talk about the standings because
We can do
Justin
both.
Allgaier is 130 points ahead of Sheldon Creed. 130.
I mean, that's like 2 races he needs to crash out. Crash
Will
out of one
he?
and you're back and play with everyone.
Will he? And behind him
No, he won't.
is second place merchant Sheldon Creed and Jesse Love, you know,
Jesse
and
has not had
Corey
a good
Day.
couple of weeks. That was sucking.
Yeah, and Carson Voppel. Oh my goodness, Carson Voppel, the king of like misfortune or whatever. My
Yeah.
goodness, this top five is not gonna beat Allgaier. But yes, Allgaier
Hey,
is leading.
what do
Yes.
you mean that top five can't beat him?
I mean, I wouldn't
Jesse
I
Love's up there.
wouldn't
Give him credit.
I wouldn't beat a I wouldn't here's the thing. I wouldn't bet a penny on any of these guys to beat Justin Allgaier at this point. Genuinely.
Brother, you also bet money that Gibbs was going to win at Pocono. Well, you didn't bet money. We bet bragging rights. We
I did
bet bragging
not bet.
rights.
I don't
Because you
think I
weren't
ever.
here for that episode. But Sean and I made a verbal agreement for bragging rights.
Oh,
And because you answered in the chat, you were automatically entered into that. Granted, you lost your bragging rights, but we'll get into that later. Continue.
but yeah. Just to add to that little bit about Justin Allgaier, he's only finished outside of the top 10 once this season, and that's in Atlanta, where he finished 33rd. Maybe I think he might have crashed out. Not sure. But other than that, he's been finishing within the top 10 And and add Coda to that list of exemptions, he has been finishing within the top four every race. Bristol, Rockingham, Martinsville, Darlington, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Daytona.
Well,
My
granted, he
goodness.
won Phoenix. I know he won Phoenix. I don't
Yes.
remember which other one he won.
Darlington, Martinsville.
Oh, my bad, yo.
But yes. Shall we move on?
Did you want to do trucks while we're here?
Sure. Our friends, Chandler Smith took the lead, I think. Yes, Chandler Smith took the lead after Honeycutt,
See,
or was it Ridge?
the
Don't
standings
remember.
actually piss me off because they still have Heim in there making earning points, but he's not eligible. They keep saying he's not eligible. So don't let him be eligible for points if he's not eligible for points.
Yeah, but
I digress.
yes, Chandler Smith takes the lead by 1 point. Caden Honeycutt, Corey Heim involved in the aforementioned um, incident. Let's say that
He shouldn't.
they will be in second and third. Lane Riggs also involved in that same incident. If you did not know, uh, only got like 20-ish points out of the weekend, and is in fourth now with Eckes in fifth. Gio Ruggiero, Ty Majeski, Ben Rose, Jake Garcia, and Justin Haley trails behind them.
Fire. Well, not really fire. I mean, you know what I mean. Shall we move into Cup then?
Yes.
His favorite driver of all time, my guys. And by that I mean Christopher Bell finished 27th. Um, Rise a river over here. But no, hold the clip. No, that's the reason why Sean didn't want to be here today. If you didn't notice that already, Sean is not here. He said we're boring. So go and send him hate mail through the Breaking Points Instagram at breaking_points on Instagram. No, he said that Gibbs would never win on a short track or an intermediate. I don't remember which one he said. But the point is, he said that whatever Bristol is, that's what it was that he said that Gibbs would never win on. Yet I said he was going to win in Bristol, and I hope to God it's not the night race. Who wins? What was it? What's his full name? Tyler Randall Gibbs? Someone
Ugh.
posted that and I was cracking up. They posted like all his old pictures from like Instagram. It's like him with like a full body mirror picture, and it's like a selfie with the flash on. It's like you just got beat by Tyler Randall Gibbs. Uh, that hurts more than saying you lost to Ty Gibbs. I'm just gonna say that right now. So, first of all, never did I ever think I was gonna be actively rooting against Carson Hocevar during a restart. They were literally right next to each other, and Carson Hocevar just died. Just went backwards, no clue where he went. Then, as we go into the last stages, never thought I would be actively rooting against Ryan Blaney. Yet here I was, hoping in the last corner he didn't pass Ty Gibbs. I really wanted that bragging right. And I got it. That's all I'm saying on it. Thoughts, prayers, anything you would like to add on this?
It was absolutely despair for me at the end of the race. You know, I'm gonna skip it. Like this kind of connects into the whole thing, so I'm gonna skip ahead and just invite myself into roasting pit crews. My
Please do.
goodness, Ryan Blaney's crew. I'm gonna fly to Kansas tomorrow, right? And I'm gonna beat your ass.
Whoa.
Genuinely. Like I am in the middle of a huge assignment. that I gotta submit in a week. You know, I got 3 exams coming up, and I'm still gonna fly over and beat your ass. Genuinely. I don't care
Do
right
it.
now.
Do it.
Like,
I'll meet you
because
there.
you, goodness me, your guy. I'm
He's got
gonna.
his he's got his head in his hands right now. He is in full despair right now, guys. Y'all can't see him, but he's going through it.
I'm gonna say this one time, right? And I said this before, like a few weeks ago when Blaney was on pole, and then they messed up the pit stops like again and again and again. I think it was either Las Vegas or Darlington. I don't remember. But the point is, right? Your
It
guy
was
did his
Vegas, by the
job.
way. Well,
Vegas. Oh,
Vegas.
all right.
Because that was
Your
the
guy,
stretch where it was just really bad.
yeah. Your guy did his job. You know, he got in front of 4 freaking Toyotas. 4. You know, Reddick, Briscoe, Herbston, Gibbs. You know, whatever. But Reddick and Briscoe, those 2 guys, right? Those are like peak qualifying drivers. You know, obviously Briscoe last year had a rocket man run halfway through the season from I think the Charlotte weekend. And then he goes out there and he does his job. He qualifies first. So now you already have like a quarter to half a second lead, right? On pit stops. All you have to do, you don't even have to put in a Superman shift. All you have to do is put in a regular shift, throw out a 10-5 pit stop every single time. 11 seconds. That would be fine either ways. Right? The only way anyone can beat you is if they do a Denny Hamlin's crew money stop every single time. 9-2, 9-2, 9-2, 9-2, and 9-2 again. That's how they're they're gonna beat you. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you something my coach in American football said, right? You're gonna do all because I play defense, right? So we say you can do all you want, right? You're gonna do your best and cover your guy, right? But at the end of the day, the QB, right? You're gonna force him to be perfect. And if he's perfect and if he beats you, then you wipe your hands off and say, all right, he was perfect, he beat us. That's it, right? But the other team, no one bats 1,000, right? I'm doing all these sports analogies and whatnot. No one bats 1,000. Everyone messes up sometime, all right? And that goes for Blaney's crew and someone else's crew, right? Like Gibbs's crew, they're gonna mess up once in a while. No one's gonna put out a 9-2 stop every single time, right? But I need you to put in a regular shift for one time. Put in a regular shift. Your driver is battling. He's battling. I'm seeing the I'm I really admire Ryan Blaney because the way that he does not like lash out completely. Because I would be lashing out. I would be throwing hands right then and there. Because either you got a problem with me or you just suck at your job. So which is it? Hmm?
Both.
Which is it? Yes. That's that's
But no,
that's
it's
that's
really funny
genuinely
though.
that's
I find it
genuinely
funny
the
though, because
question.
Ryan Blaney, like in the past, he would be screaming. Because he was known for being a hothead. But right now he's seeing demons worse than Quinn Hughes. And it's really funny. We're just gonna keep up with all the we're gonna keep up with all these different sports references right now. Trying to get every single sport in here right now. What else do we got? Alex Bowman came back and he was greeted with an accident. I'll be honest, my heart dropped when I saw that because I got really worried for a second. Like, imagine you're coming back from vertigo or concussion, whatever they're going to actually call it, because vertigo is just a symptom. You come back and you immediately get in a crash, which was not his fault, period. Let's start there. He was wrong place, wrong time. Um, so I feel really bad. I hope he's still able to go into Kansas. He sounded fine when he was doing his post-race interview. Um, Also, did you see his pre-race conference when they were like,
No.
"Oh my God, I wanted to cry," because they asked him if there was ever a moment where he felt like he wasn't going to be able to get like back in the car, and he's like, "Yeah, that's why I got out in Coda. Like I was going to drive off into something like I couldn't see." And I was like, "No." And he like went into saying like how he wasn't sure he was ever going to be able to get back in the car, but that day, like I mean, granted, yeah, whenever you get hurt or something, you always have that initial like, I'm never gonna be able to do it again. So, I mean, I get it, but it still hurts to hear and to the fact that he gets crashed out in his first race back. Brother, that sucks. Anyways, what else happened in that race besides Ty Gibbs snatching the win from deserved winners?
Oh
Literally smack
man,
nothing.
I'm gonna. It's so frustrating as well because like what gets me is that Ryan Blaney was up there, man. He was up there with them, and then like, oh, to see. Here's the thing. I I I don't want to because here's the thing. I don't genuinely hate watch Ty Gibbs every single race. Like I don't wake up every morning and pray for his downfall or something. I'm not that kind of guy. But there's just a few drivers, a few sports teams, few players you just kind of like, I don't really want him to win, you know. Aaron Judge. But you just wake up every day, you got someone you just don't particularly like, and that's fine. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna say congrats to Ty Gibbs, I guess. You know, um, finally not being crap, after driving the best race car available for 100 something races straight, would literally woke up one morning and granddaddy just said, Ty, you're in that 54 car. You're gonna get that race car. We're just gonna give it to you. You're gonna have free reign over it. Whatever that
Your
southern
impression
accent.
Your
Yeah.
impression of coach is crazy.
It's probably not even
Before,
close because I've genuinely never heard him talk. But like
no, he sounds like
I'm
an
just
old guy.
doing I
He
just
just
sound like
sounds
an
like an
old
old
guy
guy, man.
voice.
But no, before we get into the standings, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was watching qualifying. What do you mean Riley Herbst was almost on pole? I got genuinely scared. I was like, he's on the second row. He ended up qualifying fourth. How did it take so long for someone to beat Riley Herbst? Brother, I cannot. I absolutely cannot. So, would you like to go into the standings now?
Yes. Well,
Fire.
Reddick
Go
is
ahead.
still man. Reddick is still leading. Um, I mean, not that much surprise there. Blaney in second, Hamlin in third. Gibbs jumps to fourth, which is surprising um, for me. But yes, Gibbs for all his faults and whatnot is a pretty consistent driver throughout his career. Just hasn't been able to get the wins, and has involved himself in a few more incidents. But I digress. Fifth place, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson trails by 4 points in sixth. William Byron in seventh, Bubba Wallace, Christopher Bell in ninth. What a joke. And Chris Buescher in 10th. 230, about 156 points behind Tyler Reddick. So pretty big gap from 1 to 10, but from 10 to around 14, it's only a 21-point gap between Busher, Keselowski, Logano, Hocevar, Priest, and then it's a little bit of drop off after there. In 15, surprisingly, Daniel Suarez, and 16th, Shane Van Gisbergen.
My boy, my boy is struggling. He's on the struggle bus. Both of my, actually, all of my guys are pretty much on the struggle bus. Because Connor Zilish is literally last, or not exactly last, but last is Alex Bowman, which isn't saying a lot considering he hasn't entered half the races already this year. And Connor's last. My boys are struggling. I can't. Oh my God, I cannot. Who did we have this week? Pause. Who did we have? We had horrible picks. We were all outside the top 15. Sean had Austin Cindric, who finished in 16th. I had Michael McDowell, who finished in 24th. And Gabe, unfortunately, you had Ty Dillon. That would have been funny if I had said Ty Gibbs wouldn't have been.
Yep, that would have been
Yeah,
funny.
that would have been hilarious, except for the fact that I'm the only one that gets the bragging rights because I said he was going to get his first win at Bristol. So thank you, Ty, for allowing me to have the bragging rights. Please do not ever win again. Please and thank you. So, with that out of the way, it is time for the Wheel of Misfortune. And I'm cool. I'm so cool. You know how cool I am? I'm so cool to the fact that I don't have ads. Please send hate to Sean about it. At least I have an ad blocker. If you need it, it's called Pi. It's great. No one say anything about any misspellings. I do not care. Notable entries, we have Cole Custer entering, I think, one of two of his races this season, as far as I'm aware. We have Luke Baldwin coming back. We got Josh Bilicki. I'm aware I spelled sandwich wrong. Don't talk to me. Caruth is in the 32 again. The 35 has not been announced. Notably, Sanchez has not been announced. So we're assuming AM Racing is completely closed down. And William Byron is going to be in the 88th this year. Who would like to go first? Do we want to do Sean first?
This year? This weekend, you mean?
What? Did I say this year?
Yes. I
When
think
did
you
I say
said
this
this
year?
year for
Pause.
a few times.
Oh, whoops. Oh well. Shut up. It's Sean. Brother, I'm about to go to class. Chill out. Who does he
Ugh.
get? LaVar Scott. That's a fire pole, I guess. Now, do you want to go next or me?
I'll go next.
Fire. Gabe goes next. And you get Nick Leeds. That's not much better. I also think I spelt his name wrong. I'm pretty sure it's a Z. Oh well. Oh well. Now for me. Give me Taylor. I don't know. Actually, that's just the first name I saw. Brennan Poole. I'll take it. We all got pretty mediocre picks. Fire pole. Ha, literally pole. Anyways, for Cup. Legitimately nothing interesting. Other than I put Bell and Briscoe on the same line. That's crazy. Only interesting poll on this one is that Corey Heim is in. He's in the 6-7. So we're gonna do reverse. So it'll be me now. I'm not even gonna try to ask. Brother, how many weeks in a row can we get Austin Cindric? Golly. Gabe, your turn.
Oh man, give me something
Who do you
good.
think? Oop. Oh, you got
Oh,
Logano.
Hmm.
If oh my God, if he gets Blaney, and this will be the first time we've ever gotten all three from the same team, or give him a Ford at least. How funny this would be.
Oh,
Oh, Bowman. He almost got Ricky. You know
it's
what?
not a good pull either. It's not a good pull either.
The
It's
only good
tough to
pull out of
come.
this, I think the only good pull on this is probably Logano. And that's
Not
saying something
even.
too.
Not even, to be honest. I
Do
don't
we
think
need to do a
Logano has.
random spin?
I don't know. Logano kind of sucks.
I don't even know who
Hmm.
would be good at this track. The odds aren't even out yet, so I don't actually know. Who won it last year? Pause. Track info. Thank you for not showing me anything. Track info, you can suck. Um, what? Carson Hocevar is third in the odds right now.
Huh?
It shows the odds. Ryan Blaney negative 200, Ty Gibbs plus 150, Carson Hocevar plus 300. And then Denny Hamlin,
Neg
Kyle Larson. The only negative is Ryan Blaney.
Negative is crazy. Because here's the thing. I've, Jesus, pardon me. I've been looking at odds for like so long. I've never seen negatives.
There's always
Like
negatives.
I've I mean maybe I'm looking at the wrong websites, but I negative is negative 200 is, I mean, it's not crazy, but for NASCAR it's unusual. You know, usually it's like plus plus a little bit, and then like when you get to the kind of worst drivers, you just go to them plus 10,000s and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not sure. I am genuinely not sure.
So we don't have anything about the who finished behind Cody Ware. We don't have anything for that. However, considering you also cannot see the odds list, guess who has worse odds than Shane Van Gisbergen?
Oh man. Ooh. Ooh.
Both Dylans. Both of them.
Ugh.
Which I mean makes sense. Not even Connor has worse odds. Connor has slightly better odds.
I mean,
Oh
the
my
Dillon brothers
God.
they're kind of not that good. So,
Yeah. Unless it's Richmond, in which case one of them is okay. As long as he doesn't crash out everyone else in front of him. Who said that? There's someone in my room, I think. Anyways, I think we're good to wrap it up. Are you ready?
I'll add one thing. I'm surprised that for the negative odds, it ain't Kyle Larson. I'm a little bit surprised.
Is Kyle good at
Genuinely,
Kansas?
very, very. I think he has at least three wins at Kansas.
Well, the funny thing about this is Kyle and Denny both have plus 400 for this.
Yeah, they're
So
pretty
granted, they're not like
very
it's
pretty close.
far off.
No, no.
No.
Yeah, maybe I'm just not a betting man. I'm not a betting man, you know?
I mean, you
Talking
are
about not a
underage
betting man.
in the country.
Talking about not a betting man when I would bet my entire house on something. I don't even remember what I bet my entire house on. So yeah,
A lot of things.
yeah, I kind of did say that phrase, but yeah, we'll wrap this thing up, and yeah, we'll be headed to Kansas City next week. Genuinely disgraceful, but right at the outro, I don't know what that is. That's genuinely disgraceful. But whatever. Let's
What
keep
for
this train going. We're gonna go to
forgetting where we're going
Kansas
or me
next week.
doing do the entire outro in this voice? Do it, please.
We're gonna drive 400 miles around the track for the Cup Series. For a Rally Series, I'm not that sure. Who knows? But we're gonna go to Kansas. Come back next week, and we'll see what happens. Goodbye.
Wait, 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 wait. Oh, and you get to hear about this first. I didn't mix my water. I just got straight powdered. Oh, it's so chalky. Okay. Not better, but it's fine. Brother. I'm looking it up too. Wrong one. For the O'Reilly series, 300 miles. Also,
should have known
for
that.
Kansas, it was 400.5, actually.
400.5 miles. Correct me, for not shoot me, for not being the perfect man, The engineer doesn't know how to do math, who knows, whatever.